Well, hello boys and girls, welcome to this week's online assembly. And today we're thinking about the subject of faith. And sometimes we talk about faith and maybe we don't always understand what it means. But there's a verse in the Bible, in the New Testament book of Hebrews, that helps us, which says, faith is being sure of what we hope for and certain of what we do not see. We'll come back to that verse later. In life there are things that happen that we don't understand. And I've brought some things today that I don't fully understand, but that can help us understand what faith is. This is a CD. And on the CD, of course, there are lots of songs. We just have to pop the CD into the CD player, press the play button, and enjoy the songs that we like. I don't understand how it works, but it does. And it's a bit like that with God. Because sometimes we may feel sad or lonely, and all we have to do is cry out to Him for help. And He puts a song in our hearts. He cheers us up. He makes us happy and content. I don't understand fully how He does that, but He does whenever we ask Him to. Something else I don't fully understand is how a smartphone works. All those apps, all those things that you can do. And isn't it amazing that you can dial a number on the other side of the world and talk to somebody so far away, you can speak to them and you can hear them speaking to you. I don't really understand how that works, but it does. And it's a bit like that when it comes to prayer. Because we can talk to God at any time and any place and He hears us. I don't know how, but I know that it works. Simply by putting my trust in Him, believing that He will hear my prayer. That's faith. Now, something else I don't fully understand is how medicine works. You know, when you're not feeling well and mummy or daddy gives you some medicine or tablets and you don't really want it. But you know, whenever you take it, somehow it knows how to get to the right part of your body and it makes you better again. I don't really understand how it works, but it does. It brings healing. And that reminds me of God. Because God can bring healing even to the deepest hurts in our lives. I don't know how He does it, but if we put our trust in Him, He has promised to do that for us. Something else I don't fully understand is how these work. Calculators. And I'm sure some of you have been using these during lockdown when you're doing your schoolwork at home. Pressing all the buttons, adding up all the numbers, and doing some complicated arithmetic as well. And it works. I don't know how it works, but it does. And it's a great help whenever you're trying to work out those maths problems, isn't it? And you know, God has promised to be with us in this life. And He will help us with the problems that we face. And some of you may be facing problems today. So just put your trust in Him and ask Him to help you sort out whatever problem it is that you're facing. Something else I don't fully understand is how these work. And these are great, aren't they? We all want to have this whenever the TV's on, because it gives you control, doesn't it? On the remote control, you can press play or pause, record, rewind. You can turn the volume up or down. I don't quite know how it works, but it does. And you know, it might be hard to imagine that God's sitting on His throne in heaven, controlling everything in the world, but He is. And all He wants us to do is to trust Him for what He's doing and to ask Him to show us what He wants us to do. I'm not quite sure how He's in control, but I know by faith that He is. So as we think of all these things that we don't really understand, CDs that we can listen to songs, telephones, smartphones where we can talk to people on the other side of the world, medicine that we take that makes us better, the calculator where we can add up all the numbers to find the answer to the problem, and the remote control that lets us control what's on the TV screen. As we think of all these things, and the things that we don't understand, it points us to the fact that we can trust God for the things we don't understand as well. He can put a song in our heart. We can talk to Him in prayer. He can heal the hurts of our hearts. He can help us solve the problems we face in life. And most of all, He's in control, and He wants us to put our trust fully in Him. As Hebrews 11 verse 1 says, faith is being sure of what we hope for and certain of what we do not see. We can't see God, but by faith we believe He's there, and He has promised to be with us each day and help us and guide us through life. So I hope today you will put your faith in God and know His blessing. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you next week. Bye for now.